Hello students, welcome to MEC, Meta Education Channel, where you can change the way of your learning and understanding. In my last video, we have studied quantization of charge, that charge can be counted. But this is significant at microscopic level only, where number of charges are very small and easy to count. At macroscopic level, where number of charges are very large and difficult to count, we use their continuous charge distribution. Now what is it? Let's find out. Let me explain this topic with the help of an analogy. Suppose I have a huge spherical body of radius capital R. और मुझे इस बड़ी बॉडी का मास कैलकुलेट करना है. But I don't have any machine that measure the mass of this huge body. But it is given that mass is uniformly distributed throughout this sphere. इसका मतलब कि जो मास है वो हर पॉइंट पे सेम है, ये नहीं कि कहीं पे ज्यादा है कहीं पे कम. सो दैट मीन डेंसिटी ऑफ दिस बॉडी इज कांस्टेंट. सो टू कैलकुलेट द मास ऑफ दिस ह्यूज बॉडी, मैं इस बड़ी सी बॉडी में से एक छोटा सा स्फेरिकल पीस ऑफ रेडियस स्मॉल आर बाहर निकालूंगा और इस छोटी सी पीस का मास कैलकुलेट करूंगा, क्योंकि ये तो छोटा सा है ना. बड़ी वाली जो बॉडी थी उसका मास नहीं मैं कैलकुलेट कर सकता था क्योंकि मेरे पास इतनी बड़ी मशीन नहीं थी, पर इस छोटी सी बॉडी का तो मास कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं ना. सो लेट इट बी एम और आर जो है स्मॉल आर वो इसका रेडियस है. अब इस छोटी सी पीस की वॉल्यूम भी कैलकुलेट कर सकता हूं. वॉल्यूम इज 4/3 पाई आर क्यूब. Now density of body is given by mass upon volume. So density of this small piece is given by mass upon volume. Now we know that density is constant throughout the body. It means density of big body is equal to density of the small piece. That is this T. So indirectly I calculate the density of this huge body. अब वॉल्यूम तो इस बड़ी बॉडी की मैं कैलकुलेट कर सकता हूं ना. लेट इट बी V given by 4/3 पाई कैपिटल R क्यूब और डेंसिटी भी मुझे इस बॉडी की पता लगी D. So I will calculate mass of this huge body as, say m is the mass of this huge body. So mass is equal to density into volume. Now density is given by this and volume is given by this. So मैंने एक छोटे से पीस का मास कैलकुलेट किया, उससे उसकी डेंसिटी फाइंड की and I am able to calculate the mass of this huge body. And this is possible only if your mass is uniformly distributed. Or I can say the density of body is constant. Similarly, at macroscopic level, the charges are assumed to be uniformly distributed throughout the body. This is known as continuous charge distribution. और अब अगर मुझे इस बिग स्फीयर पे चार्ज कैलकुलेट करना हो तो मैं इतने बड़े स्फीयर पे चार्ज को गिन तो सकता नहीं. So, like in calculation of mass, we first cut out a small piece from this big sphere and calculate charge on that piece using quantization condition. Because quantization condition is significant at microscopic level. Let it be dq. dq be the charge on that piece and let its volume be dv. So like density of mass, we here calculate the density of charge given by charge upon volume. So this is the density of this small piece, charge density of this small piece. Now charge is uniformly distributed throughout the body, so I can say that charge density of big body is equal to charge density of this small piece and is given by this. So from here dq is equal to density into volume. Now charge is uniformly distributed throughout the body, so total charge on this big sphere, say Q, can be calculated by integration this equation. So in this way, I am able to calculate the charge on this big sphere just by calculating density of this small portion. And I don't even need to count the whole charge on this sphere. and this is possible because of continuous charge distribution. Continuous charge distribution is of three types: linear charge distribution, surface charge distribution, volume charge distribution. In linear charge distribution, the charge is uniformly distributed along a line. For example, charge on this thin wire. So to calculate total charge on this wire, we need to define linear charge density denoted by lambda and is equal to dq by dl, where dl is the small length element on this wire represented by that red color, and dq is the charge on that length element. जैसे हमने पीछे किया था ना, एक छोटे से पीस से डेंसिटी फाइंड की थी, बिकॉज इट इज इजी टू काउंट चार्ज ऑन स्मॉल पीसेस यूजिंग क्वांटाइजेशन कंडीशन, ऐसे ही यहां पे करेंगे. सो फ्रॉम हियर dq is equal to lambda dl. Since charge is uniformly distributed along the wire, so total charge can be obtained by integrating this equation. So with the help of this expression, I am able to count total charge on this wire. Now, if you want to calculate total force on any charge due to this distribution, how will you calculate it? Simply, if I place the positive test charge at a distance r from this length element, then force on that charge due to this length element is given by df vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. दोनों चार्जेस का प्रोडक्ट, एक तो हुआ q नॉट, दूसरा इस लेंथ एलिमेंट के ऊपर जो चार्ज है, और नीचे आया डिस्टेंस का स्क्वायर. एंड फोर डायरेक्शन देखो, ये भी पॉजिटिव था, ये वाला चार्ज इसे करेगा रिपेल, तो फोर्स की डायरेक्शन होगी अलोंग दिस रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय आर कैप. अब यहां पे मैं dq की इस वैल्यू को सब्स्टिट्यूट करूंगा. So this is the force on charge q naught due to this small length element. Now if you want to calculate total force due to whole wire on this charge, you can calculate it just by integral this equation. अब इस इक्वेशन में से जो कांस्टेंट है वो मैंने बाहर लिख दिए. So these equations helps us to calculate total force due to linear charge distribution on any charge placed at a distance r from it. Next is surface charge distribution. In surface charge distribution, the charge is uniformly distributed over some area. For example, charge in this thin sheet. So here we need to define surface charge density denoted by sigma and is equal to dq by ds, where ds is the small area element on this sheet and dq is the charge present on this element. This red color is your area element and charge present on this is dq. Now from this, dq is equal to sigma ds, and total charge on this thin sheet can be calculated by integrating this equation like this. So in this way, I am able to calculate the total charge on this thin sheet. Now similarly, if a positive charge q naught is placed at a distance r from this area element, then force on this charge q naught due to area element is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. दोनों चार्जेस का प्रोडक्ट और नीचे डिस्टेंस का स्क्वायर. Now using this equation, I have dq equal to sigma ds, नीचे r का स्क्वायर, और डायरेक्शन के लिए मैं यहां पे यूज करता हूं r कैप along this direction. Now total force on this charge due to entire sheet can be obtained by integrating this equation. और कांस्टेंट टर्म्स जो है वो इंटीग्रल से बाहर आ गई। So here I am able to calculate total force on any charge due to surface charge distribution using this. Now the last type is volume charge distribution, in which charge is uniformly distributed over the volume. For example, charge in this cube. So to calculate total charge on this cube, we need to define volume charge density denoted by rho and is calculated as dq by dv, where this dv is small volume element on this cube represented by this red cube, and dq is the charge contained in this volume element. So this is your dv, and charge present on this is dq. From this we get dq is equal to rho dv, and if you want to calculate total charge on this cube, just integrate this equation. Now, like in other case, if you want to calculate the force on any charge q naught, positive charge q naught, due to entire volume charge distribution, first I will calculate force due to small volume element on this charge, which is given by dF vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q naught into charge on that element, नीचे distance का square, and for direction r cap. Now total force on that charge is given by integrating the above equation as this. So these equations help us to calculate the total force on any charge due to volume charge distribution. So that's all for today. I hope this video will help you. So please like and share my video, and feel free to ask me any question in the comment section. और हाँ, सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना. Thank you.